Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to How to Build. Today we're looking at Skullcrown. If you are just here for artifacts and stat info and masteries, those are up on the screen now. Feel free to pause and make use of that information as you will. And if that's all you're here for, I appreciate you stopping by. I hope it was helpful. If it was, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that good jazz. And turn on notifications, I guess, because subscribing doesn't matter anymore, apparently. And I'll see you guys in the next one. For anybody that wants to stick around, now I'm going to be going into some detail about her as a champion. We're going to break down her skills, talk about just everything there is about her. You get some insight on why I think those certain artifact sets might be good on her and things of that nature. So let's go ahead and get into it. She is one of the more popular champs in the game, I would say, one of the more desired champs in the game, and for a good reason. She is pretty outstanding. Her base attack is over 1500. She's got decent enough base HP and defense, and then her speed is fine, pretty across the board in the middle. She's got a little bit of crit rate, some crit damage, all that fun stuff. Now, she's got a lot of fun things going on. She's got a speed lead for the arena. I do use mine in arena on offense and defense, and it is very handy. It is a really good speed lead for the arena. Now, let's talk about why. There's a few reasons, I guess, but one of the main reasons she's so sought after is because everything she does is AoE. She always hits all enemies, which makes her really useful in Spider. It makes her really useful for farming. It makes her a really good arena nuker. It makes her great for wave clearing and dungeon runs. There's really nowhere in the game you can't take her and not have her shine, right? She doesn't even have to be built incredibly to be useful. She does require a lot of attention to be able to do things like farm 12-6 or 12-3 really fast, or really go hard in spiders and things. She does require a decent bit of attention. I was a little bit annoyed when I finally got her, and I kept putting everything I had into her, and I couldn't quite get her to where she could do what I needed her to do. But after getting some masteries done and getting her gear up, you'll cross over that threshold, and she'll just really, you will fall in love with her if you're not already in love with her. So she does require a little bit of attention to really shine, but she can be useful anywhere with even mediocre gear, right? So her first skill attacks all enemies, places an extra hit if the target has more than 50% HP. Now this is pretty cool because you think, let's say you're farming with her, right? She's going to come out of the gate and use her second skill, which has a higher multiplier, which is more likely to kill than her first skill. You're going to go into the second wave, and all she's going to have left is this first skill, but it's going to hit twice. So, and they're always going to have more than 50% HP because she's going to be going first as your farmer, and it's going to be the first turn. So she's going to hit twice with her first skill, making it that much more likely she's going to be able to kill with it. Now, this is getting her to kill reliably everybody with her first skill in 12-3, 12-6 Brutal can be a little bit of a chore. Mine still can't do it all the time, but she gets close. She still farms 12-6 in like 20-ish seconds usually. So, you know, she's not that sub 10-second farmer just yet, but I mean 20 seconds, you can't really complain about about a 20-second farmer. So I also have her built as kind of an arena farmer hybrid. So if I only focused her damage, because she wouldn't need a lot of speed if I was solely using her as a farmer, then I could probably have her doing it. But the fact that I need to have her at like plus 70-ish speed to fit into my arena team the way I need her to, you know, that's fine. I'm willing to sacrifice those 10 seconds on a farming run so that I can also use her in arena effectively. So we'll take a look at mine. Since I have her built, we'll head over and take a look at mine after, and you can get an idea of what mine looks like, and then I'll show you a run. We'll do a run with her in 12-6 and 12-3, and you can get an idea of what it'll look like, so you can kind of gauge my stats with what mine is capable of and know what you'll need to at least match if you want to be able to do what I can do. Second skill, attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a 25% weakened debuff for 2 turns. Again, this is great. Now, the multiplier here is higher, so she's always going to kill with this skill in farming, even with decent gear. Oh, my dog's over there. I was like, who's breathing? Multiplier's high. not too hard to get this skill to kill reliably. So like I said, even with decent gear, when you go into a farming run, she's still probably going to wipe the first wave with this skill. Then it's just going to be a matter of how much damage output she has from this skill is how fast she's going to clean up. And then if all goes well, when you hit the third wave, she'll have her second skill off cooldown and be able to use it again. So, not to mention, there's the weaken effect. So when you take her into places like Spider or the dungeons, in general, she's going to be putting that weaken on the boss. And it's really nice in Spider because she's kind of killing two birds with one stone. She's doing damage to the boss, she's taking out the minions, and she's potentially putting a weaken on the Spider, which helps your team do more damage. So it's a great skill. It's also really nice in Arena. If for some reason you don't get a kill with her first turn, and very rarely does anybody survive my Skullcrown if it makes it to her with my Arena offense. But if they survive, she's hurt him very badly, and she's put a weaken on him so that when my team makes another loop, it's fairly likely we're going to kill by the second turn. So as far as her passives go, this one is resilient, places an unkillable buff on this champion for 1 turn every time their HP drops below 20%. It's on a 6-turn cooldown, 4 turns skilled up. This is a really cool skill because, and I'm sure we've all encountered it, when you go into Arena, maybe it's a Skullcrown that's just by herself, right? And she's real strong, and she's stronger than you were ready for, and she's on retaliation. So you go in and you attack her, she retaliates and wipes your whole team, or does a substantial amount of damage. And maybe you hit her hard enough to kill her, technically, but because of this passive, she stays alive, she retaliates. If she doesn't kill you with the retaliation, she gets another turn and kills you, right? Because she was able to survive because of this passive. So it can be really handy. I've won a lot of Arena battles because of this passive, because she was able to hang on for that last turn. So it's very effective. Something to note about this passive, though, it will not proc through a bomb. I'm blanking. I feel like there's another circumstance or two where it won't proc, but it won't proc through a bomb. So someone like a Shazar, who, if he crits, he puts bombs on that have a 1-turn counter. Even from full health, if a bomb explodes and it's powerful enough to kill her, it's just going to kill her. I don't know why it won't proc through a bomb, but it won't. So keep that in mind if you're going in to a battle with someone who can put bombs on you that can go off in 1 turn, because she will just straight die through a bomb. And then her last passive, only available when Sinesha is on the same team, but she revives with 30% HP. So we think about this in conjunction with her other passive. You have to basically kill her once, but she's not going to die because this passive's going to activate. Then this buff goes away, you kill her, she comes back to life because of Sinesha. So this could be a really aggravating, really powerful combination. The problem with it, and what I think they should change, to be honest, to give it that real powerful effect, is if Sinesha and Skullcrown are on the same team and you kill Sinesha first, this goes away. I think that this should be like a leader skill. So like if you go into a battle and your person with your leader aura gets killed, their aura still applies, right? The aura doesn't disappear because they died. That's how I think this should work, to be honest. Because it's kind of easy to just go in and kill Sinesha first and then kill Skullcrown. So I feel like it would make this duo a little bit more viable if they made it like a leader aura, and that just because Sinesha gets killed, it doesn't mean that this effect goes away. If you had her on the same team, she's on the same team. Just because she's dead doesn't mean she wasn't on the same team anymore, right? So that's also something to note. If you're going to use them together, make Skullcrown dangerous enough that it'll be hard to not focus her first, and make Sinesha, I guess, survivable enough. Set her up to survive. Maybe someone else on the team can help her stay alive, because if they kill Sinesha, this goes away. For now, I don't know if they'll ever change it, but as of recording this, that's the way it is. And then, as I mentioned, her leader aura is the speed arena, 23%. So super useful champion. As I said, you can basically take her anywhere in the game, and she's going to be effective. Maybe not I want to say maybe not Fire Knight, but I mean, she would help you wave clear in Fire Knight. You know what I mean? So she wouldn't necessarily be contributing to the hits, but when you got the shield down, she would be doing nice damage. So, great farmer, great in spiders, great wave clearing in other dungeons, great in arena, is going to be great in faction wars now that that's out. So let's go ahead. I'll show you what mine looks like, and then we'll play around with her a little bit. Now I don't have to be so crunched for time because I've given everybody that doesn't care about all this stuff what they want at the beginning of the video. So I have mine on double attack cruel. And I went with crit rate on the gloves. It's only a 4-star armor, but if you look at the substats, you'll understand why I have this armor on her. And then I have speed on the boots. And I have speed on the boots because I need her to be this fast because my arena offense is very fine-tuned as far as speed goes, and I need her to go when she goes. So, and then on the accessories, we just went attack, crit damage, and attack. And we're pushing plus 3,000 attack. We're pushing 100% crit rate. We're doing decent on the crit damage. And I don't have a ton of accuracy because I'm not focusing the weaken real hard, but she does still land the weaken occasionally. But that's what we're looking at. So keep these stats in mind. And now we'll go do a couple things with her, and I'll let you see her in action. Well, let's go ahead and first do an arena run. I'll let you see what my arena offense looks like. We'll just refresh, and let's try this one. So I'm using Fushan lead because it's an extra percentage of speed, but I've got Fushan, Seeker, Zargala, and Skullcrown. So this should be a pretty tanky defense too. So we should get to see everybody get a turn here. But this is what it looks like. We go with Seeker, and then we knock back. Let's knock back and provoke you. Maybe we can prevent the heal. Then we have Zargala with the AoE defense break. And we have Fushan with the AoE damage and potential stun. And then we didn't land a defense break here. And then we just come through with Skullcrown and clean up. So you saw she did 41,000, almost 42,000 to him without a defense breakup. So she is nasty. She can really, really hit hard. I mean, Fushan did 71,000 across 4 enemies, and she did 41,000 on 1. So she hits really hard. And like I said, mine's not mind-blowing. She's solid. She's solid, but she's not the best on the server by any stretch of the imagination. So she doesn't have to be insane. Oh, I guess I'll let you see my masteries too. Let you see what I did with her on masteries. I showed them at the beginning of the video, but we'll take another quick look at them here. I went with the defense tree because I like I think it's this one. The counterattack. I like the 50% chance to counterattack when she loses 25% of her HP. Because it procs a lot. When she gets hit, she's not super tanky, so it's not hard for her to lose a quarter of her health. So it's basically like putting a retaliation set on her. Without having to use the artifact slots for retaliation, right? And I went with the crit damage on tier 6 down here. But that's a quick look at the masteries. Again, I did it at the beginning, but too, if you didn't grab them then and you want to pause it now and take a look, I would have done things a little differently if I was going to have her exclusively farm for me. I would have Heart of Glory for sure probably instead of this one. She has this one because shield is so prominent in arena, but I probably would have given her Heart of Glory. Probably would have given her. I maybe would have given her this one, Wrath of the Slain, just in case. It's not super important if you're trying to get her to first turn everything. Then none of her allies are going to die. But if you're on your way up there, Wrath of the Slain would not be a bad idea. And then, I don't know, maybe Methodical. There's a couple of little changes you could play around with and see if you couldn't optimize her damage as a farmer. But for my hybrid farmer arena build, this has worked really, really well for me. I have no complaints at all about this. So let's take a look. We'll do a 12-3 and a 12-6. You can get an idea of what we're looking at. Sometimes you get lucky, and you get an abnormally fast time on my current build. but generally it's like 20 to 28, I guess, is what the runs tend to look like. I never noticed that the timer starts. Like, it's at 3 seconds before she even gets to go. I never noticed that before. So 25 seconds there. And it's pretty much the same on 12-6. And yeah, like I said, she's not mind-blowing. She's solid. She's deep. She's, you know, it requires work to get her to where I have her for sure. But I mean, she's not the best on the server, like I said, by any stretch. So she's not, my Skullcrown build is not unobtainable. That's what I'm trying to say. This is not something that it's going to take you forever to accomplish. If you focus her, farm the gear, grind her masteries up a bit, this is not so far beyond your reach that it seems hopeless. You know what I mean? Like, you can all accomplish this. Sometimes you get unlucky and they land asleep. But, I mean, 30 seconds still. That was kind of a slow run. You see my best time is 10. She has done that. I don't know why. I don't know why she pulled that off once. But she is the owner of that 10-second time. So, don't know why she won't do it every time. But generally, it's like 20 to 25-ish, 28, something like that. So I think that pretty much covers it. That should be an in-depth enough look at her. So yeah, that'll do it. I hope it was helpful. If it was, like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, because like I said, apparently subscribing doesn't matter anymore. Thank you, I'm Ran, for subbing and turning on notifications. You are a real G now. I guess that's what I'll call you guys. Real G's. So he's a real G now. Thank you. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.